We talk about AI a fair amount, and of course, it's a very, very fast-moving field. Are you getting more optimistic or pessimistic as you see the technology continue to advance?
I'm probably staying about the same. I got a little bit more optimistic when I realized there was some chance we could coexist with things smarter than ourselves.
And now you're thinking perhaps that was overstated?
I just think there's a significant chance these things will get smarter than us and wipe us out, and I still think that.
And in a comparatively short period of time, right? I mean, at least what I've heard is sort of, you think this could be a 10-year kind of proposition.
I think they're quite likely to get smarter than us within 20 years, and most of the experts think that. If they do get smarter than us, I think there's a significant chance they'll take over.
Let's move to the bigger long-term question of what happens when these things are smarter than us. Because generally my experience in society is when you find things that are smarter than you are, you don't have a lot of influence over them.
That does generally seem to be the case. And if you look around, the smarter things tend to be in charge of the dumber things. However, let me suggest a path that might allow us to coexist with things smarter than ourselves. If you look around for where a smarter thing is controlled by a less smart thing, the only obvious example I know is a baby controlling a mother. So evolution builds lots of things into the mother that allows the baby to control the mother. The mother just can't bear the sound of the baby crying. The mother has lots of hormones that give her lots of rewards for doing nice things for the baby. So that's a case where a less smart thing controls a more smart thing. Now, the people who lead the tech companies tend to think in terms of a person being the CEO and the superintelligent AI being their executive assistant, who's much smarter than them, and they just say, make it so. Their executive assistant figures out how to make it so in ways that they don't understand, and they then take the credit. That seems to be their model. I don't think that's going to work. I think the executive assistant is going to pretty soon realize they don't need the CEO.
They're going to be the CEO very quickly, yeah.
Yes.
So how might you go about creating a more, dare I say, maternal AI?
Well, first of all, you have to change your model, right? You have to reframe the problem. They're going to be much smarter than us. We're not going to be fully in control anymore. But we're building them. So we have this control over their natures. We have to somehow figure out how to make them care more about us than they do about themselves. That's what human mothers are like. And we need to figure out if we can build that into them. And there's there's two pieces of good news. One piece of good news is, if we can, even though they have the ability to change their own natures, they won't want to. So if you ask a human mother, would you like to turn off your maternal instincts so when the baby wakes you up in the middle of the night by crying, you just think, oh, the baby's crying, and go back to sleep? Would you like to do that? Nearly all mothers will say no, because they realize that will be very harmful for the baby. So that's a piece of good news. If they genuinely care for us, they won't want to turn off that care for us because they genuinely care for us. Another piece of good news is this is one area where we will get international collaboration. So no country wants AI to take over from people. If the Chinese could figure out how to prevent AI from wanting to take over, or how to give an AI a maternal instinct that'll stay, they would immediately tell the Americans, because they don't want AI taking over in America either. So here we can get genuine international collaboration because the interests of all the countries are genuinely aligned here. Just as in the 1950s, the US and the Soviet Union could collaborate on preventing a global nuclear war because their interests were aligned on that.